Hello, sippers. I'm Demetrius.
I'm Renee.
And I'm Martia.
And this is Sippin' on Wine, a true crime podcast, and more.
Hey, ladies. Hey, sippers. How are
Hey,
y'all?
sippers. How are you, ladies?
What's up? What's up? We back on another Tuesday. Y'all ready?
I am.
Okay.
I think
I
so.
Another True Crime Tuesday.
Welcome, sippers.
Welcome. All right,
Favorite day
sippers.
of the week.
Y'all go back, listen to all the previous episodes
Yes.
as soon as you're done with this one.
Like and
And-
comment and share.
Yes. And subscribe. That we really need you. Come on, subscribe.
Follow, whatever the platform is, whatever thing
Yes. Hit that subscribe button because we got stuff in store every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ladies. So I'm just gonna jump on into it because people love our beverages. Okay. So our drink of the week is from a favorite movie of mine called James Bond 007. But I don't think the drink is in there. I think it's just named after him. So this is called 007 cocktail.
Oh, my ice is gone. I was going to shake my cup.
Okay, well,
That's
shake your
pretty
cup.
But you can't hear it clink right now.
Okay. It's an orange vodka cocktail for those that are very curious because I get that question. What are y'all using? But we
Y'all
post
know I
it.
love white. Yes.
We post
White.
everything on Instagram and Facebook. So just follow us there. It'll be listed.
You'll see a picture and everything.
That's right. We promise. We'll list it. But also, as Renee always say, please tag us if you
Yes.
try it. And also tag us if you're going to add it to your list of cocktails.
Yes.
Gotta do it.
please.
All right, ladies, are y'all ready for this episode?
You
I'm
come
ready,
with it,
girl.
though. Girl, you come with
Okay.
it. So come on.
So this episode is going to take us to Florida. Y'all know I like to announce where we're headed to, like we on a flight, okay?
Right.
This case is of Larry Fenton. He was discovered dead in a pool of blood inside of his home in Clearwater, Florida by his wife, Rebecca Fenton. So let's get ready to break this true crime
I've
down.
heard that before. Okay.
Yes, and I have a question. Let me know if you think she's a sociopath, if she really did commit this crime,
Mm-hmm.
or how you feel about the outcome of the case.
Okay. I wish I had my notepad. Where's
I think I
Okay.
need to grab a piece of paper
I'm
myself.
ready.
Yeah.
taking notes?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, Zipper. So this one is about Rebecca Fenton. Rebecca Fenton was born on April 27, 1967, as Rebecca Thudden in Tucson, Arizona. Her mother, Karen Kendall, was young and single at the time and decided to adopt Rebecca out to a family in Winslow, Arizona. Rebecca was known to be very popular in school, and right out of high school, she left and went to Boston, where she would go to college at BU, which is Boston University, with a bachelor's degree in psychology. She would soon leave the life she created in Boston when a friend invited her down to Clearwater, Florida, a new place Rebecca decided to call home. She made use of her degree and got a job at a facility called Bayada Nursing Services, where she distributed psych meds for the mentally ill. Rebecca loved her new lifestyle. She was single, independent, and loved fitness. In 1998, Rebecca's birth mother, Karen Kendall, would contact her and they would instantly bond again, like as if their relationship had never ended, creating a great mother and daughter relationship. In 2003, Rebecca would call her family in Arizona to tell them some exciting news. She had met someone, and his name was Larry Fenton. Larry Fenton was born on August 16, 1950. He was from Woodbury, New Jersey. Larry was a successful architect before he switched to becoming a director of operations for a company called Gitting. In 2003, he had become the top sales executive in America. Larry had also been married and divorced 3 times before meeting Rebecca. And just like Rebecca, Larry, at 53 years old, was also into fitness. The two would meet at a local gym. According to Rebecca, they were both approaching the same machine at the same time, and their relationship quickly went from a small conversation over coffee to friends, and soon the two would become inseparable after only dating for 1 year. The couple wasted no time and decided to get married, not once, but twice. The first wedding was in Florida. The second was in Nevada, so her adoptive and biological family could attend their ceremony. Larry Fenton was so wealthy that he bought Rebecca the most sought-out home on the block in Clearwater, Florida. She didn't have to work or want for anything. She stated in a documentary with Piers Morgan that she had a good life, and her and Larry were closer than ever and very much in love. But soon, things would take a turn and spiral out of control. On February 3rd, 2008, Super Bowl Sunday, Larry Fenton would tell Rebecca he would order a pizza and get ready to watch the Super Bowl. And she would tell Larry that she was going to the gym to work out. Larry had a gym built right there behind their house because they both enjoyed fitness and working out. So while working out, Rebecca would claim to have heard a loud noise over her headphones, but shrugged it off as if it was nothing to be concerned about. After completing her workout, she headed back to the house to join Larry, but would instead enter a house of horror. Larry, at age 57, was lying in a pool of blood on the floor. Rebecca also noticed the house had been ransacked. She initially checked his pulse to see if he was breathing. Then she walked around the house to see what had been stolen or moved. She checked Larry's pulse again and ran out of the house to her car to call 911. So on this one, y'all know I like to bring the 911 clips, but they were kind of choppy, and the ones that I found didn't really give like the full description of what happened. So I did find like a transcript of the words. So I'm going to try to reiterate what she said. This is what Rebecca told the dispatcher. My husband's lying in the middle of the floor and he's not moving. I don't know if he's alive and the house has been ransacked. Please hurry and get here. I think he's dead. I think my husband might be dead. But if you hurry, maybe he's alive and you can help him. I think my husband has been shot. My house has been burglarized. I just walked in and I did a pulse on him. I just came in from the gym. Rebecca kept reiterating she just came in from the gym to the 911 dispatcher. She said, we have a gym out back and I was working out in the gym. We love each other. This man is my life. I can't live without this man. He loves me and I love him, and this can't be happening. That's what she told the dispatcher, y'all. Once the officers arrived, they assessed the house and found Larry on the floor. And when the EMT arrived, they pronounced Larry dead. He had been shot in his back, arm, and neck, and it was determined that the gunshot to the neck is the one that killed him. Detectives quickly gathered information. It gets deep, y'all. So detectives quickly gathered information from Rebecca. She told them that when she left her husband, he was going to watch a golf game and take a nap to stay up late to watch the Super Bowl. She also explained she found her husband on the floor. She checked for his pulse and ran out to the car to call 911. She also told police that her husband's jewelry and wallet were missing and that his Jeep Cherokee was stolen. As they interviewed Rebecca, asking her to recount the day's events, they noticed how she was laughing and joking with the police very casually. She didn't appear to be a woman who just moments ago lost her husband. So on a clip that I saw, Sippers, you could see her like just laughing and, giggly and smiling as she was giving the report to the police.
You are lying to me.
You just found him dead moments ago on the floor and you're outside giggling with the police.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Take your notes.
Yep.
So the investigators taped off the house to search for any evidence of a home invasion, but couldn't find anything of valuable taken. The computers were still there and things that would normally be stolen were intact inside the home. But the detectives did notice how things around the home seemed to be placed or staged to look like a home invasion. Within hours, Larry's Jeep that was stolen was found. It was located just a block away from their home, and all the items she claimed that were stolen were found inside the Jeep. Detectives also said the Jeep didn't appear to be stolen or broken into. It looked as if it was placed there at the scene. But who shot Larry Fenton was the question. They asked Rebecca who would want Larry dead. He had no known enemies and was well respected in his field of work. But peep this out, Rebecca did claim to have a stalker. As she discussed this with Larry, she claimed that the stalker followed her everywhere she went, and he was following her around in a black car, and she was always suspicious about any black cars that were following her from the store to her house or to wherever she went. So Larry decided to get a gun for protection, a 5-shot 38 caliber revolver. So side note, During the interrogation, Rebecca stated to the detectives that Larry kept the gun put away upstairs in their armoire. Well, during the investigation, detectives had a possible suspect. All of their findings linked the murder back to Rebecca because they could not find any other leads or possible suspects. There were no fingerprints found on the gun. There was no forced entry into the home. The Jeep was parked only a block away from their house. The items that Rebecca claimed that were stolen were all found inside the Jeep. More evidence would soon surface. In deciding to take a thorough look, detectives would find inside of Rebecca's car a plastic bag under the passenger seat with the missing gun inside. It was the .38 caliber revolver and the one used to shoot Larry Fenton.
All in the bag, all together.
And remember, she told the dispatcher she was in her car calling 911. And guess what was found inside of the bag with the gun? Larry's keys to the Jeep.
What?
That's just, oh my gosh.
Check this out. The detectives wanted to bring Rebecca in for further questioning, but she quickly got a lawyer, y'all, and went silent on them. Stating in her documentary, she told them everything. There was nothing else to be said. So, needing a break in the case, detectives decided to dig in Miss Fenton's past to see who she was. And let's just say they found some juicy stuff on her. Okay. So, when Rebecca first got to Florida, she had been arrested for prostitution charges. But that's not all. She had also done some low-level pornography. So look, Miss Rebecca was all about that expensive lifestyle way before she met Larry, okay? Okay, but according to her family, Larry brought her out of that lifestyle and took care of her. It was stated that Larry Fenton brought her security and stability. I also found out that Rebecca was always on drugs and alcohol. So Larry encouraged her to go to AA. Okay, so Rebecca had a little bit of issues before the marriage. So now here comes the plot twist. While at AA, Rebecca became close friends with a guy she met at the meetings. Investigators started looking into this gentleman as a possible suspect because neighbors claimed to have seen a man at the house after Larry's death. According to the neighbors, a man would come to the house late at night and leave in the early morning. Detectives couldn't get anything concrete to prove Rebecca was the murderer, so time would pass into months and years before there would be a break needed to finally get a suspect for the death of Larry Fenton. Over time, Rebecca would fall onto hard times. She had no money and no job, plus the money from the insurance claim she was owed was tied up because Larry's family fought her on who should claim the money and the assets. But in March of 2013, the house would fall into foreclosure and Rebecca was given an eviction notice. But in June 2013, a call was made to 911 that the Fenton's house was on fire. Detectives figured that Rebecca decided if she couldn't have the house, then no one would, bringing further attention to Rebecca. So let me slip this in. I saw a clip of her interviewed by a news reporter when her house was burnt down, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. My house burnt down. I don't know how that happened." So
Wow.
that's as far as that went with that situation. Like who started it or how it happened, I couldn't find any further details on it. But while still doing an open investigation on the case, detectives noticed that Rebecca had made a 911 call in the summer of 2012, roughly 4 years after her husband's death, an ex-boyfriend named Kerry on domestic violence. So it was a guy coming in and out the house as the neighbors claimed, okay?
Yeah.
Neighbors don't be missing nothing.
I
boy.
know,
Okay.
right? 'Cause I know I would look out the window all day usually.
So allegedly, the fight was over money. That's why she called 911. And detectives quickly jumped on this lead and found Carrie's address on the court documents. They arrived at the home only to find his nephew and his nephew's girlfriend. Detectives questioned them both, asking if Carrie knows anything about the case involving Rebecca Fenton. And guess what? They both asked him, "Is this about the woman who killed her husband?"
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What?
So how would they know that?
Yeah.
They immediately began looking for Kerry, who is now in the county jail, and asked him to testify what he knew about Larry's death. He told the police that during an argument In 2012, Rebecca held a knife to his throat and threatened to kill him like she did Larry. This is the break that the detectives needed to have probable cause against Miss Fenton. So she told her lover with a knife to his throat, "I'll kill you like I did Larry."
Dang, she wasn't playing.
I mean, at least
Okay.
why would you repeat? Why would you? Well, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, so that's, I don't
Common. Okay,
know.
good. Well, I'm glad she told on herself.
Okay, to somebody. So
Mm-hmm.
shortly after gathering this information, Rebecca was indicted and arrested for first-degree murder. On November 3rd, 2015, Rebecca Fenton's trial was set to begin, and she still stuck to her story, claiming her innocence. But the prosecutors didn't
We
give
know
up.
better.
Right.
We the
They put
people.
we the people.
Right.
I'm
Right.
so ready to solve a case, y'all. I'm just telling you. But
Same here.
right. But the prosecutors didn't give up, y'all. They played the 911 call as evidence in court. Rebecca claimed during the call to the dispatcher that she had checked Larry's pulse and said he didn't have one. Then she ran upstairs, searched the house, came back down, checked his pulse again, and ran to her car. But if that was the case, there would have been blood on her shoes and on her hand from being in contact with Larry's body, and none of that was found. But digging deeper, the prosecution went further, claiming a motive for murder. There was a prenuptial agreement made by Larry. If they divorced, Rebecca would get alimony, but only receive $1,000 a month. But if Larry died, she would get everything, collecting up to $1 million. Y'all think that was her motive?
I mean, that's a pretty good one.
I'm thinking it was
All about the money
probably
sometimes.
her motive. We know she loves money.
All right, so let me tell you about this little double doozy that I found because I had to dig further.
Oh, there's a twist.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be Karen Kendall who would crack this case wide open. Y'all remember Karen Kendall? That's her biological mother. Karen would confess that Rebecca told her about a man she met in AA she had feelings for and that she thinks Larry knows. So they believed Larry was going to divorce Rebecca and she had to kill him to collect the money and assets because she refused to collect that $1,000 a month. But the testimony of Karen's confession also the one that broke the case because he confessed that Rebecca told him, "I'll kill you like I killed Larry." Hearing that in court, prosecutors leaned heavily on a probable cause. The defense team came back claiming Rebecca's innocent and that there was no physical evidence to link her to the death, and they couldn't prove it. They had no fingerprints on the gun, and her body had no gun residue. She had no real reason to kill Larry. She loved her husband, and they were both in love and ready to spend the rest of their lives together. And she wouldn't dare hurt Larry at all. That's her storyline, y'all, and she kept sticking to it. And to this day, in
Wow.
her current interviews
Still,
and documentary,
it's
she
still.
still says that. But on November 3rd, 2015, after 9 days and over 30 witnesses, the jury heard all of the evidence and testimonies presented on both sides, and it took them only 2 hours to deliberate. They came back with a verdict: guilty of first-degree murder. So at 49 years old, Rebecca Fenton was given a life sentence without the possibility
Oh
of
wow.
parole. I know it's like short and sweet, but that was just
Yeah.
mind blowing. I was like, this woman is getting away with murder. You have no fingerprints on the gun, no gun residue
Wow.
on you, but the gun is in a plastic bag under the passenger seat of the car that you went to call 911.
Trip part about it too is that you just that her mama was the one who helped
Mm-hmm.
seal the deal on her fate, right?
Yep.
Like I
And
wonder what her
they
mom was thinking when
confessed
she
that
was like, "Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and tell what's happening here."
okay, I'll get to that too, because in the documentary that's on Snap, if anybody follows Snap, in that documentary, the mom said she just had to because she needed justice for Larry. She said, I had to tell what I knew because Larry needed justice. Yeah. And none of his family could attend because they were all like elderly and older. But the detective that helped break this case, was there for the family on their behalf. So he got his justice. It took years. It took almost 6 years after his death for, her to be found guilty, but she's still claiming her innocence to this
Like,
day.
girl, please give it up.
And she said she want to
Exactly. We
fight
know
to
you're
get out.
guilty. Oh wow.
Yes.
Good luck.
Mhm.
Get out and do what? Get back on drugs and all
Right.
the other stuff she was doing. It's like,
Right.
mm,
Well, actually, let me also tip this in. And I don't know, how far anybody's gonna go as far as the documentaries, but she did state to Piers Morgan in their interview, she told him that she did love the lifestyle that she lived before she met Larry, and she did kind of miss it. So it made me wonder if
really?
that was, if people peeped that, like, hold on, did she kill him to just say, you know what, I'm done with him, I'm over him. Allegedly, y'all, this is my opinion. It's not written nowhere. But I was just wondering, let me get him out the way so I can go
Right.
back to what I was doing and get all the money and assets that are due to me, and I can live my lifestyle, without the divorce. Because if she got a divorce, she wouldn't have nothing but $1,000
Mm,
a month to live off on for alimony. So,
Definitely
wow.
for her lifestyle, that is not enough.
yeah.
Exactly.
So, that this case kind of sparked my interest because she went to jail on probable cause. So that just blew my mind. I was like, wow, probable cause. You didn't have no evidence linking her to the gun. She didn't leave any fingerprints on him, y'all. She was clear. Now, she did tell the detectives in the interrogation documentary that I saw. She told them, well, I didn't want to touch his body because I've seen a lot of crime shows that you can interfere with the evidence.
Yeah.
So she really
So
didn't take
she
his
just,
pulse.
but she just told on herself
I know,
all
right?
all through this whole thing.
Yes. He was crying through it. Well, I just didn't want to touch him in case evidence and they was like, ma'am, if that's your husband, when you want to know if he's breathing, if he's okay.
Right.
So she lied about checking his pulse, but she did go through the house to see what was missing. Why would you go search through the house? You see a whole crime scene. That's the least of my worries.
Right.
But when they said the gun was up under the passenger seat with his, belongings in it that she claimed were stolen, I'm going to do a petition if one go around. Do not get out. You know
She
you
better
killed him.
not get out.
You know you killed him. Cold-blooded. So that's the case of Rebecca Fenton. And if Larry's family is still alive, I hope I did this justice to you. But anyway, we're going to close the book on Rebecca because she better not get out.
Stays
She
where
better
she's
stay
at.
in there. That's
Yeah.
right. Stay in there. No
Stay where she
possibility of parole.
belongs.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, sippers, we're going to move into what we call our random wind down. It's where we select random current events or things that may have sparked our interest to have an open discussion and give our opinions. So today's wind down is about crimes that you commit without knowing.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna do points with this one to see who has the most points at the end?
No, but I'm curious if you guys would pick that up as a crime. So just let me know.
I mean, I've committed crimes, but I knew I did.
Oh, okay. A lot of people
Like,
do.
when you don't
You
speed up.
run a stop sign,
Yeah.
you barely stop, you don't really yield. You may go through that yellow light really swiftly. Everybody, the speed limit say 55, you're going to push it just a little
You might go
bit.
to the store and put stuff in your pocket and just walk out.
So
What?
but are those, oh,
Whoa.
okay, well, yeah. Okay.
It happens.
Well,
I ain't never did that. Stop playing.
no. I can't go down for a stick of gum. It got to be a heist.
I know you're not gonna be saying no.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
I love it.
Whatever you might be whatever you might be referring to, I have no recollection of it, sir.
Okay.
If we were together, you can't prove it.
Can't believe that.
So listen to this. I'm only what?
But you saying you ain't never stole nothing? Yeah,
I didn't say that. I'm just like, whoa, sir.
Oh, no, I'm talking to Demetrius. She said she did.
Not no stick of gum. I can't go down for that.
Girl, you ain't lived.
We'll talk off air. All right, sippers.
She said she ain't stole nothing but people's hearts. She's innocent.
Beep. And let's see what's behind door number 3 for you, Martia. Okay. So listen to this. I only have a few that I'm going to call out, but there are several more to it, y'all. So I may hold that for another episode. So I want to touch on 3 of them at this time. I found this list on listfirst.com. If these hold any kind of credits, I don't know, but I like the website and I enjoyed the questions. Here we go. Did y'all know that it is illegal to throw a snowball with the intent of hitting someone?
No, I never knew that.
And where is this at, sir?
Is there certain states?
They just said this is a federal law that is usually carried out in New York.
Really?
Yep. So this is because it's considered assault. A young boy was arrested, y'all, for pelting a police
Wow.
officer back in 2010, and he got
They
arrested
arrested him.
for,
Oh,
yep, and he was arrested.
That must have been one
I
heck
don't
of a snowball. Did he put
Okay.
a brick in the middle of it or something? Like what? How was that
Yes.
assault?
And check this out. It said 5 men in New York were also arrested for pelting their own friend. So they were throwing snowballs at a friend and got arrested for that. While it
Wow.
varies by jurisdictions, snowball fights intentionally puts another person in a reasonable apprehension of an intimate, harmful, or offensive act. So it's illegal to throw a
Wow.
snowball. It's considered an assault.
And how about the ones who are throwing them at their friend? Like, who called the police that day?
Okay, I
right.
guess the friend had enough. He was like, "Stop, guys!
You better go back in the house, man, if you don't want to get hit.
Exactly, right.
Stop!"
Run your tail in the house and close the door. That's
Right.
it.
So check this out. Renee mentioned gum. So listen
No,
to
you
this.
mentioned gum. I stole
I-
more than gum.
Okay, well, okay, well, since we
Whoa.
were speaking of the gum, chewing
Oh.
gum itself isn't illegal, but chewing gum is. Have
Oh,
y'all ever
wow.
did that? Spitting, chewing gum?
Sorry to say this, but all the time.
Now I'm guilty of that, and
You all the time.
I'm guilty.
I try
So
to spit it in the grass though, so nobody steps on it.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't put it on concrete.
Like I'm really mindful of
that's
that.
being a real ass if you just
Yeah.
Right.
put it on concrete.
Right.
People who spit
Or if
on
I'm on the
concrete too.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
Oh.
Or if I'm on the expressway, no one's walking on the expressway, they won't get it on their shoe. But yeah, I'm guilty.
Okay.
Come arrest me now, officers.
Oh no, don't do it. So in several states, spitting gum on sidewalks, streets, or on highways is illegal and punishable by up to
On
6 months in
highways?
jail. Yes, it's punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a
Months?
fine over $2,000
Months? 6
Yep.
months?
for gum on highways, streets,
That's
and sidewalks.
crazy.
The same goes for dropping cigarettes also on any property that is not your own. So it is important, it's stated, to discard your trash properly to avoid getting hit with a misdemeanor as well as a fine for littering.
All these cigarette butts all over the doggone streets. They are not making arrests for that, but that's pretty
Okay,
funny.
so check this out. Some places hate gum so much so that they don't even sell it in their stores, like Disneyland, for example. You will not be bringing your gum up into Disneyland and chewing it because they
I've
said
been
they will
there.
come after you. Okay,
That's
so I wonder, how when you go on rides though, it be like that one piece of bar that got all that gum, like everybody put their gum.
yeah, but how do they know? Like they search your mouth? Like
I don't know. I guess
They
if you
don't
up there
sell it, but
chewing,
you can chew it though, right? Or they say you can't chew it either.
They hate it so much so that they don't even sell it. So I don't know if you can bring it into the property or
'Cause
on
I
the
wish somebody
property.
would tell me to spit my gum out at Disney.
right?
Oh, ooh. The article said throw your gum away in the proper trash, but also don't swallow it either. Okay, so don't swallow it. It's
Oh,
not
no,
good for
I would
your
litter
health.
first before I swallow that.
Oh, okay. So I got one more. Did y'all know
God.
that it is illegal to sing happy birthday in public?
What? Wait, a minute.
What?
Is that the end of the sentence right there? It sounds like you missing a part. Like
Mm-mm.
Right.
what? Like, excuse me?
So
That's
it
all
went
we
on.
do in the United States in this
Listen.
culture.
So it goes to say, have you ever been to a restaurant on your birthday and your family insists on humiliating you? And then the servers come and they give this distorted variation of the infamous birthday song. That's because the happy birthday song is not allowed to be sung in public. The happy tune was copyrighted in 1935 by Summy Company, and in 1988, Warner and Chappell Music purchased the company's owning copyright for $25 million. This is why the song is rarely featured in books, films, and TV programs. The song itself is valued at $5 million, with the same melody as the children's song Good Morning to You. This timeless classic is okay for the home use, but never sing it in public unless you're ready to shill out the moolah in those royalties.
In public. That don't even make
Wow,
sense. That
but
just sounds
wait,
stupid.
is that why restaurants have their own rendition of those
That's why
birthday
they said,
songs?
they said they have it because
Wow.
They do not want to get copyright. So you know how they go, happy birthday.
Exactly.
Happy
That's what I
birthday.
just thought
You be
about.
like, what is that?
I just thought they just wanted to be creative at these different restaurants.
They will get sued for
Wow.
copyright
Now,
infringement.
that's something I
Okay.
never knew. Okay.
So I thought I would
On
share
TV where
that.
They said they can't sing it. Well, they can, but they have to pay out every time they do it.
Yes,
You know,
and like
on
that
TV
guy,
shows.
and that guy that Let's Get Ready to I don't want to get sued, but you know, RUMBLE.
So
You can't
say that, or
you can't use his voice on
Oh,
anything
wow.
Oh, okay, I see.
with
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Let's
And
pay me.
okay. So yeah, so the happy birthday song, everybody just sing the, restaurant's version. Don't get fancy.
I'm gonna still sing it the way it was. Anytime
Be
I want.
mindful of spitting out your chewing gum. Okay. Don't spit out your chewing gum just anywhere. And also be mindful of snowball fighting. It might be
Still gonna do
labeled
that
assault.
if I ever have any snow by me.
Oh.
Somebody gonna do it.
They probably don't have that law in Georgia because we can't even really make a snowball whenever it snows here. We got
Would
snow
ice
pellets.
cubes count?
Saying it's clear within a couple of hours. The sun comes out and just melts it up.
Right.
You'd be
Yeah.
like, damn.
It looks like a melting ice cube by the time we finish with our snow here.
Yeah.
Well, all right, sippers, let's move into our messy wind down. Got a little messy wind down
How
for
messy
you
we gonna get
ladies.
today? How messy?
I don't know. I think both of you might like this one though. So did you know that walking from your bed to your home office now counts as commuting in Germany?
Now, they need to do that here.
That's cute.
So how would y'all feel about that being incorporated in the US?
I mean, still, it don't mean
Yes,
anything
please.
other than, put you in a category. But I mean, okay, they can say I'm a commuter. I mean, I walk right upstairs to my office.
That's right.
Right.
So if you
Okay.
get out your bed and go to an office in your home, that's considered commuting in
I
Germany.
mean, I can see that. But what
So
advantages does it help, or what does it do for them?
I'm going to call in late because there's too much traffic in my hallway.
Exactly. So this comes from an article I found online by London CNN Business. A man who slipped down the stairs and broke his back while walking from his bed to his home office filed a claim on his employer's insurance. And after a court in Germany ruled that he was commuting at the time, the ruling by Germany's Federal Social Court came
Plot
after
twist.
two lower courts disagree over whether the
Wow.
journey of a few feet qualified as commute. The man, an area sales manager working for the company, identified as R. Gamba, was on the way to work from his bedroom to his home office, one floor below, when he slipped and fractured his vertebrae. According to the statement issued by the court, his employer's insurance initially refused to cover the claim, but because he was walking down the stairs for the first time that day straight to his home office, the court considered his journey to be insured as an activity in the interest of his employer as a commute to work. So he won that court case.
Do you?
'Cause that
That's
was his-
interesting.
If they pass that
Mhm.
law here in America, you know how many of us we gonna be hurt every day? Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna twist my
Right.
ankle. I'm a
Exactly.
Child.
I wonder how many claims would
Scams.
fall under that.
All the scams that'll come in.
Right. So after he fell and hurt his vertebrae,
Wow.
he won his court case, and now it's a law over there that commuting from your bed to your home office is considered,
Wow.
a commute claim. America, we're falling behind. If anybody want to move to Germany, let me know how it works out. Just write us. Sipping on wine. Well, ladies, thank you for joining me with my crazy episode for today.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Welcome.
And sippers, don't forget to go back and listen to all the previous episodes. We have some great episodes uploaded.
Yep.
We're on season 2 right now, but we popping them out as well as we did season 1. Every Tuesday. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, comment, share.
Follow, share,
Yes,
like all that.
all that.
All of it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Bye, sippers.
Bye.